has been, of course, the Jarrett Stidham injury. I'm sorry, the Bo Nix injury, putting Jarrett Stidham into the starting role for the Broncos. What I did not expect, and I am very excited to discuss here, all of the talking that has gone on is stunning leading into this game. Because I would think you're not surprised by it? TC, you're
no, I'm not
really?
Surprised by it. No,
because you know Sean Payton.
Yeah,
obviously.
Sean Payton ain't never shy about letting his opinion be known,
Well,
sir. Believe that.
Okay, so
But
let's
some
go
of
through
the
this.
other members
That's
of the
right.
Denver Broncos with their commentary, I was surprised
Well,
by.
don't they take on the personality of their head coach? If Sean Payton is the one standing in front of them at every team meeting, setting the agenda for the team, don't you think they're going to parrot exactly what their leader says? Feels like that's what's happening in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through this. Let's start with this. John Franklin Myers, Denver Broncos defensive end, used to play for the Jets. I say that because this feels like he thinks he's still on the Jets. Was talking about backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham and the fact that he's going to be the starter this week. And he gave a ringing endorsement of Stidham while taking shots at others.
The thing about Stiddy, there was a few times that, man, he just does such a good job, but he knows what he's doing. He understands why the coach is calling a certain calls, and that's what makes him so good. Sometimes you get out there, you play football, you run what's called, you're not understanding where you want the ball to go, how fast, when, and everything. And Stiddy, man, he's running scout team plays, and he's running them better than Dave's starting quarterback. So I'll tell you, man, he's a good player for us, and, man, we're excited for real.
I'm sorry, what? He's running the scout team plays better than their starting quarterback. Now, I don't know that I should take this as a Pats fan as a shot at May, because if he's starting, he's not running the scout team. So maybe he's talking about other quarterbacks?
Yes.
Okay, so if he's talking about other quarterbacks, I'm glad you led me into this. Everyone all week has talked about how easy the Patriots' schedule has been, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So far this season, Jarrett Stidham has played the role of Trey Lance, who played against the Broncos, Chris Oladokun, how do you say his name? The Chiefs guy, him, Marcus Mariota, Davis Mills, and Jake Browning, who I was wrong about. Broncos schedule not necessarily murderer's row either. But if you're the Patriots, CC, you've been in these moments. Do you take this as he's talking about Drake May?
No.
You don't make that up in your head?
No, but I also am not going to fool myself and buy into all of the talking that the Denver Broncos are doing, trying to big up their backup quarterback. He's a backup for a reason. As of Sunday, the guy would have gone 749 days not playing in a meaningful NFL game. I don't give a damn who you are. That's a long layoff, bro. And to step into playoff level football with the speed of the game being ratcheted up, being a game away from the soup, yeah, I'm skeptical about what Jarrett Stidham is going to be able to go out there and do. Here's the other thing, and this is aside. We got to get this dude a different nickname. Call him Jay Stid or something like that. We got to get him a different nickname.
Stiddy, you don't like it?
Yeah, I'm not with the Stiddy. Yeah, no Stiddy. We got to go with Jay Stid or something else. We got to get him a different nickname. But I will say this. The Denver Broncos are a really good football team that a lot of people are underselling because of their starting quarterback being out. The look-ahead line prior to this matchup being set was Denver Broncos by 1.5 over the New England Patriots. This was before the Bo Nix injury was announced. So the Denver Broncos at home favored by 1.5 over the New England Patriots. Now it's Patriots by 5.5. I got a lot of respect for Bo Nix. Second-year quarterback, he's doing his thing, number one seed in the conference. I don't know that Bo Nix is worth 6 points. And so I think that the market is having an overreaction to the situation in Denver, and they're discounting how complete this Broncos team is. The Broncos have a better offensive line. The Broncos have a better defensive line. The Broncos have the best defensive player in this matchup. The Broncos have a pretty solid running game with R.J. Harvey, and they could get J.K. Dobbins back for this game. I think people are underselling how good Denver actually is.
I totally agree with you.
Totally agree with that as well. And I also expect Jarrett Stidham to be better than the average person expects him to be. On the surface, you think backup quarterback, and this is obviously widely discussed, but he was a coveted backup quarterback by Josh McDaniels and by Sean Payton. This was somebody that two pretty successful guys in the NFL from the offensive side of the ball wanted to have on their squad because they saw something in him that made them confident in him and his abilities. Yes, he hasn't played in a long time. Do I expect him to step out there and look immediately like a superstar? No, but I do trust that defense, and I trust Sean Payton to put him in advantageous situations. situations. He doesn't have to do a whole lot. He just doesn't really have to mess it up. But if I'm New England and I'm hearing those comments that are coming out of the Denver Broncos organization in that locker room, I'm taking those personal. And I bet Mike Vrabel is taking those personal and making sure his team has heard all of it.
Thank you for the lead-in, but wait, there's more. So Sean Payton, head coach, Super Bowl winning head coach, assistant with the Cowboys when CeCe was there, had this to say, his message to the Broncos fans. A reminder, this game is in Denver. It's this week. There's no guarantee of more games, unless you're Sean Payton.
Well, they're going to have plenty of rest after this one, 2 weeks. This is a team at the line of scrimmage that does a lot. Like, Josh is fantastic at putting together good plans offensively. I mean, and so there's alerts, there's kills, there's all, and so that, look, let's go, right when again, I keep emphasizing, just as the huddle begins until the ball snaps.
Okay, Smalls, you just said if you're Mike Vrabel, you're using all of this. If you're Mike Vrabel, are you saying to your team, Sean Payton just guaranteed victory? Oh, our fans will have 2 weeks to rest until you got to go to Santa Clara.
Yeah.
Not 2 months.
2 weeks.
Not an off season, 2 weeks. Well, what's happening in 2 weeks?
The Super Bowl.
Uh-huh. So you're using this if you're Vrabel.
Why wouldn't you? They're giving it to you on a silver platter. They're basically saying, hey, everybody, relax. We're going to San Francisco. You can either chill, wait for the big game, or book your tickets now. And if you're Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots, an organization that knows what it's like to succeed, of course you're going to take that personal. Of course you're going to put it on the bulletin board. Mike Vrabel is a nut. He doesn't even need.
And you say that complimentary.
I say that like complimentary. He doesn't need the bulletin board material, but I'm sure going to bet that he's going to take it and feed it to his team and use it as fuel for them when they head into this one in Denver.
All right, CeCe, I asked you on the first one with the John Franklin Myers, would you, if you're the Patriots, take that as he's calling out May? You said no. Let's go to this one. If you were on the Patriots, you played in the Super Bowl, you played 11 years, you played in games like this, would you take this as Sean Payton guaranteeing victory?
Yeah.
So this one jumps out at you.
Sure. But I don't expect Sean Payton would feel any other way. Right?
He said it publicly. That's the difference.
Oh, okay. And whether you say it publicly or think it privately, doesn't matter. Like that they're going to do everything that they can to win this damn game, just like you should do everything that you can to win this damn game. Like, there is no, at this point, I just don't see bulletin board material being consequential in terms of determining what outcome is going to happen on Sunday when they kick off. If you need that type of external motivation, then you got bigger problems, friend, because you're a game away from the biggest game of your life. So I just don't see it that way. I think that this is a situation right now where the New England Patriots should be careful because everybody and their mama is penciling them in to the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, and you got to beat these guys on the road first. And might I remind you, this is the 6th matchup between the Patriots and the Broncos in the postseason, and the previous 5, the home team has won all of them. So don't discount the Denver Broncos. I'm not saying that they're going to go out there and win the game, but this is going to be a fourth quarter game.
Oh, I definitely think they could win the game, and I'm a Pats fan. Like, the Broncos are
I'm not saying that they can't win the game. I'm not predicting that they will win the game.
But I agree with your team.
What I'm saying is that this is going to be a fourth quarter game. This is not going to be a runaway. This is not going to be a blowout. That's not who the Pats are anyway. And keep in mind, the Pats only have one regular season win against a team that finished with a winning record. Now, they had 2 wins in the playoffs. You give them respect for that. But they're going on the road as opposed to being at home, and you got a second-year quarterback, and he's in year 1 with his new head coach. This is just going to be different.
Just out of pure fairness, the Patriots did respond to Sean Payton. Kayshon Boutte, wide receiver, had this to say, the reaction to Sean Payton's message.
Did you see the Sean Payton quote insinuating that Denver fans will have some extra rest for the Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't never seen it.
He said they have 2 weeks to rest up for the Super Bowl. Basically,
Yeah, no, I ain't seen it. Man, you can rest in Cancun, too, at the end of the day. So it is what it is.
Well, that, in the old days, gets you benched. Because you could just, I didn't see it. Leave it there. You could rest in Cancun. If Coach Belichick was still there, guess who we would not see in the first quarter of this game? Kayshon Boutte. I'm just saying. Everybody's smiling.
Well, I mean, Belichick did bench a prominent player in the championship round. How'd that work out that year? How'd that work out in the Super Bowl
Eric
against
Rowe
the New
could have
England?
played better, but
how'd that work out in the Super